This is Wycombe Sound.
So I am very excited to say that I'm joined by Mr. Tobi Stubbs. Good afternoon, Tobi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm excited because it is the moment that we have been waiting for about 2 years because your debut EP is out on Friday.
I know. It's mad. It's been a long time coming. I mean, to be honest, when I first started writing all the songs, I didn't know it was going to turn into an EP. And then, they just all kept coming out. And then I thought, actually, let's just put them all together with 2 new ones. So.
And we'll talk about those in a minute. Let's rewind back then to 2020, which when I read that earlier, I was like, surely that's not when we were both on the same team came out. But it was 2020.
Yeah, it was mad to think. Do you know what? I actually probably started writing it about 2 years ago. Spoiler, most of these songs were written in lockdown, as you already know, Luke. But yeah, it's crazy to think it's been that long. And I can't believe it's been 2 years. So.
And where did you said that, they're all around lockdown. Was there one that you started first out of all of these? Or is it as sort of in order as the singles came out?
It was in order that the singles came out. So we're both on the same team was the first song I wrote. And then the second one was Goodbye, funny enough. And then it Ride the Wave and On My Own were kind of at the same time. And then the other 2 were even later on. So.
For people that haven't heard them, and we'll play them throughout the interview, talk us through sort of all of the songs. So let's start with we're both on the same team. So if people haven't heard it, give us sort of a general overview what the song's all about. Yeah,
well, so funny enough, I overheard a couple at the time. I went for a walk and I overheard a couple arguing, and one of them said listen, like we're both on the same team kind of thing. And I was thinking like, oh, that's interesting. That's something.
And I don't want to fight about who's wrong or right. I just want to be happy and have you by my side.
And at the time as well, I was going through some relationship stuff and kind of they both, that idea and what I was going through kind of just molded into we're both on the same team. And it turned out to be a rocky kind of atmospheric song that is about it's about a relationship that is struggling a little bit, but you're trying to hold it in, you're trying to keep it together. So
I hope that you've given sort of Random Couple a credit on the song.
Oh yeah Random
Couple in the Park, you've got a credit, well done. So then the second single, which came out in 2021 in March of 2021, was Goodbye. Tell us all about that and who features on it as well.
Yeah, so Goodbye is an interesting one. It's a really weird, really deep song. It's I think it's not as rocky as We're Both on the Same Team. It's a bit lighter than that, but it's still rocky, but it's not as heavy. And it's actually a song about saying goodbye to your childhood and diving into adulthood. But I think a lot of people, when they first heard it, thought it was about death. And I was like, no,
it's not. That's not what it's about.
No, it's not about death.
Goodbye, my young friend. I doubt I'll ever see you again. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I kind of wrote it. Again, this is in lockdown, and most of these songs were written in lockdown. So, but yeah, I was kind of looking through old photos and yearbooks and just going through all my stuff. And yeah, I was kind of, you don't realize until you look back how fast time has gone. And I was just thinking, I'm literally, I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a teenager. I'm not early 20s anymore. And that's, so I just kind of started writing this song, and it was kind of me speaking to myself in a weird way, just saying, it was me speaking to my younger self saying like, goodbye, I'm going to go and be an adult now. So,
which is nice.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people did that during lockdown. A lot of people had a lot of time because we couldn't do anything else to sort of stop and think about, am I doing what I want to be doing, and looking back. Yeah. So I think, that song perfectly sums up basically what we were all feeling. And I think all of them actually do, because we were all going through the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, again, like I said, I don't think people got the the impression I was going for, but yeah, that's what the song means to me. And I mean, I don't know if it means anything different to anyone else, but yeah, that's what I wrote it for.
And you had a special guest on that song as well.
I did, yes. So there was I mean, I'm not a great guitarist at all, and I'm in a band called 12 Avenue with Harry Cairns, who features on the song. And of course, there was a part, and I was like, it just sounds like there'd be an amazing solo in this. And who else am I going to ask apart from one of the best guitarists? So he happily did. And yeah, the solo, funny enough, the solo is probably the best part of the song.
It is a very good solo.
It's a very good solo. So if you just want to hear that, just speed up to about 2 minutes in, and then turn it off.
Or just loop it. Just go back again. Just loop it around. Maybe you should release just a special version that is just the guitar solo.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. There's the best bit for it. You mentioned that Goodbye wasn't as rocky as We're Both on the Same Team. Fair to say the next song.
It's a bit blurry.
No, it's fine. You said that Goodbye wasn't as rocky as We're Both on the Same Team. Fair to say the next song, not rocky at all. On My Own.
On My Own, no. Completely different change of pace. And on the EP, this is the 4th track. So this is kind of where things get a bit softer on the EP. But On My Own was a weird one. I kind of wrote the chords by mistake. I was just messing around and then hit this chord, and I was like, oh, that sounds good. And again, it's another one that I wrote for myself. I didn't want to write it. I think this is the weird thing. I didn't want to write a sad song about being lonely. I didn't want to write that, but at the time, I didn't, I couldn't go out, I couldn't see anyone, and I felt incredibly lonely. And I kind of wrote it again for myself in a weird way. I just thought if someone else had wrote that and made that song and I heard it, it made me feel a bit better, because I guess it's, someone else is kind of going through what you're going through. Yeah. And you can relate to it a lot. So kind of like Goodbye, I wrote it for myself. But yeah, it was a weird song because, again, I didn't really want to write it. I didn't want to make a sad, depressing song, but it worked out pretty well.
Is this who I really am? Where I'm meant to be? Are the voices in my head my only company?
And the first one as well to have a music video, which again sort of has the themes of Goodbye, I suppose. There's you playing the guitar in it when you're younger, and then obviously you now as well. And I think it works again really well with you sort of singing about yourself and sort of showing footage of both.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was a great video to shoot, and Aaron, the guy who made it, was really, really good. And yeah, I think it's probably the most emotional song that I've done, I'd say.
And then the latest single, because you haven't released the other two just yet, is my favourite one on the EP, and that is Ride the Wave.
Ride the Wave, yeah. I think that could be one of my favourites, probably my favourite, I think. It's funny, this one, again, lockdown, sorry, there's a theme, thing going on. Yeah, I wrote the guitar parts and an idea for the drums, but I literally couldn't think of any lyrics for it, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to shelf this because I can't think of any lyrics. I tried like singing some bits and just didn't work, and anyway, and then literally one night in lockdown, I went and sat and talked to my sister about what, where we're both in life and what's going to happen, and at that point, I really didn't know what was going to happen in my life. And she literally just said to me, like, Tobes, just like, look, just ride the wave and you'll be fine.
So go with the flow, ride the wave, just ride the wave, take it slow, ride the wave.
And literally, as soon as she said that, it was like a lightning bolt.
That was the spark of creation.
It went off, yeah. And I I think that evening I wrote the chorus and then the first verse, and then the rest kind of came naturally. But yeah, it was weird how I just had nothing, and then she said that one line, and that's exactly how the song was born. So
and again, the music video for that is epic. I think is the only word that we could probably use.
Yeah, it was such a fun video to film, and I didn't know, well, spoiler alert, I didn't know there was going to be fire in it. And then Aaron, who also made On My Own, we kind of shot them back to back in one day. He was like, I've got this amazing idea for fire, and I was like, but it worked out great.
It worked brilliant.
Yeah, it worked out really, really well, and that was such a fun one to film. And
was that real? Was that actual rain? Was that actually raining?
No. So one of the other guys on the shoot, he was kind of holding a hose but had his finger over it, so it was like
it works really well.
Yeah, it did. It looked really realistic.
That's a really good hack for getting realistic rain. Yeah, I was going to say, was it warm or cold water?
It got pretty cold pretty quickly.
You had two lots of fire next to you though, you'll be fine.
Well, only for that 10 seconds, yeah.
So that is where we're up to at the minute with the singles. But with the release of the EP on Friday, you have got 2 new singles that are being released with it as well. We'll talk about the one that's going to be single of the week in a moment. But the first new one is Little Secret.
Yeah, Little Secret. I'm not going to go too much into detail about this one because it's a chapter of my life that was really fun, and like Again, I kind of spending so much time on your own, you just reminisce and think about, the past years of your life and people who you used to be friends with and whatnot. And there was just a certain time in my life where this was going on, and I just wanted to write about it. I don't know why. I just wanted to do a song about it, even though I don't want to talk about it. It's weird. It was just a fun time in my life, and I just wanted to I made a song out of it.
It's a little secret, don't tell anyone. It's a little secret, it's all just games and fun. It's a little secret, keeping it behind the scenes, hiding your identity, so it wasn't on everyone's screens. It's a little secret.
I feel like it's like the EP is very much sort of like you reminiscing on, sort of taking time to look back and sort of while you were on your own to look back at what has happened, so you can sort of move on, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's kind of weird. Maybe the next EP should be not reminiscing.
Not reminiscing.
About the future.
Yeah, we'll think of a title for it now. I don't know, in the future or something. And then the one that's going to be... No, we'll think of a better one. And then this week's Single of the Week, which is You Let Him Win.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. This one is... it's a bit of a departure to the others. It's leaning towards more of a poppy sound. But someone very close to me at the time was dating someone who was just treating them like complete. They honestly, she was just getting treated terribly, and I was, I didn't want to tell her what to do, but I was trying to tell her, like, look, can you not see what's going on?
Yeah.
And she just wouldn't listen to me. She just wouldn't have any of it. And so I literally wrote down in words what I wanted to say to her. And that's how the song started. And, but yeah, it was kind of weird. That came out from nothing. I think the lyrics and I had a kind of like, the way it was going to sound in my head. I knew it wasn't going to be rocky, and I knew it wasn't going to be like the others, and it definitely wasn't going to be like a slow song. It came out really, really well, and I'm really proud of that one. And as I say, it's a very different song compared to the others.
How many more times are you gonna let him win? Everyone's patience is really wearing thin. All those times that you said you wouldn't go back, but here you are stuck on the same track.
But I think that's what I want to do. I don't want to make music that all sounds the same. I want to do a bit of this and a bit of that. So that's what that song is.
And I think that's nice though, because there's a lot of bands and artists that have an album or an EP that is just the same. It's it's all one type of genre. And I think having a nice mix, you're not only you're going to be spreading to more people because it's not just one thing. I think it's just a nice to have that in an EP.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird though, because it'll be like, is this the same guy, really?
Didn't you do like the acoustic track and this previous single?
But yeah, I agree with you. I think, and that's what I want to do. I want to make loads of different type of music, but obviously, it's very hard if you're, I don't know, a pop fan, and then I put out like a heavy rock song. I don't think they'll like that. So I don't know. But I just like making. I have a lot of musical influences, and I want to make a bit of everything, to be honest. So, and I think that's what I've done on this EP. I've done a bit of slow, and then a bit of acoustic, and there's a poppy track on there, and there's a rock melodic one on there. It's kind of a mixed bag, I'd say.
Talking of music influences, a good time, because I was going to bring it up anyway, and I saw you posting about it last week, about the sad news about Taylor Hawkins as well, which as a drummer, a fan, it was just terrible news. Yeah,
it's honestly, he is one of my favorite drummers, and one of my best mates texted me and I woke up at 7 a.m, and I thought he was joking. I kind of knew he wasn't joking. It was a weird thing. And then I looked at the news, and I'm devastated, because Foo Fighters have been the biggest part of my life. They're such an inspiration. They're such an impact on my music. And I've listened to them ever since I can remember. And and I was meant to see them. And Taylor obviously performed live in July, but no, that's not happening. So.
Yeah, it's very, very sad news. How did you go about recording this? Because you said a lot of it was in lockdown. So was it writing and waiting for the moment that you could get into the studio, basically? Basically,
yeah. Yeah, so I've had these songs actually a lot longer than. So I wrote them, and then I'll have to wait.
Yeah.
And then I'll record them, and then obviously you need to get it all ready and stuff. So I mean, Little Secret and You Let 'Em Win, I think I've had for about coming up to a year.
Yeah, you've had them a long time. I can remember hearing the first, because they had, was it You Let 'Em Win had a different name?
Yeah, it was called Again, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
But I think You Let 'Em Win sums up what the track's about, and it's the first lyric of the song. So I just decided to put that.
So the EP's out on Friday.
EP's out on Friday.
How can people get hold of it?
Oh, well, if you type in Tobi with an I Stubbs.
I like that. I want a T-shirt with that one. Tobi with an I.
Tobi with an I Stubbs.
That's good. I like that.
Well, luckily there aren't many Tobi with an I Stubbs
around.
Nicely. So yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, wherever. You can grab it and download it and buy it or stream it. And have a good time.
You're getting better at that. It's not available in Woolworths or in the butchers anymore. No. Is there going to be? Did you think about doing physical versions of the EP?
I have. I don't. I'm looking into that. I don't really know how to go about it, but I am looking into it. Yeah, definitely, because that'll be weird. I won't do CDs.
No,
because not like everyone, not even cars are starting to have CDs now. So
cassettes.
But yeah, cassette or vinyl would be cool.
That would be
weird. It'd be weird to hold something that I've made. I don't know.
But I think even you should do CDs, because I feel like that's sort of something as an artist. I feel like having your own sort of material in sort of different forms is sort of, as you said,
to prove it.
Yeah,
I did make it.
Look what I made.
I did make it. It's me. I agree. Well, the funny thing is, if I bought a CD, there's only one stereo I can listen to.
You can use it. That's fine. We'll play it. It's fine. We'll play it on CD. It's fine. We've got 2 CD players here. So what's happening next? You've got this EP out on Friday. Are you?
EP comes out on Friday, which is really exciting.
Playing anywhere live?
Sorry.
Are you going to be playing any shows live anywhere?
I'm looking to book shows at the moment. That is a work in progress. I'm looking to book shows at the moment. I mean, it's difficult. There'll be acoustic shows because I don't obviously have a band that I can play with. Maybe that's something in the future. Who knows? But there'll be acoustic shows that will be cool, really exciting. And I'm going to be recording another 2 new songs soon, which is good.
Oh.
So yeah.
And will that be for an album maybe, or do you think another EP? What's your plans?
It might be those 2 as like a single on their own kind of thing. I don't know. I'll record them and see what happens later on, but I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and see.
We should talk about the cover that you did a month ago, maybe.
Oh yeah,
which was Hero.
Yeah, Hero. Yeah. No, that was yeah, that's 20 years old now, which is crazy. And I first watched the first Spider-Man film when I was like 8 or 9 or something, and yeah, the song "Hero" comes on at the end. I think most people know it, but yeah, I don't know why. I just wanted to do a cover of something, and that song it meant so much to me growing up. So I just decided to cover it and put it out.
And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I hold on to the wings of the eagles. Watch as we all fly away.
An excellent time with the release of Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, it kind of worked
Good
out
planning.
quite well. So,
That was good.
Yeah, kind of worked out quite well.
So you said you've got 2 new songs that you're thinking on, which is very good. It's what I like to hear. But the EP is out. This EP is out on Friday. The songs are excellent, and I'm not just saying that because I'm your mate. They are excellent, Toby. They are really, really good. And yeah, I look forward to hearing whatever is next, because it is all very good. I think the thing with the EP, and you say they're all personal songs, and I think that's why people like them, is because everyone's been through it. Everyone knows what you're singing about, and I think that's why everyone sort of loves them.
Yeah. No, thank you, Luke. No, honestly, that really means a lot. Thank you.